We are recording now.
This is actually last week's episode. If you want today's episode,
Just taking people's
just
shit.
subscribe to our Patreon.
Just
And if not, enjoy this one. Peace.
biting people's shit. Like it's nothing
Yeah.
original. We were talking about cats. I don't know if you were online when I read this one, but I was looking at different change my views. Well, specifically like shitty change my views because those are the funnier ones. And one of them is that cats are just autistic dogs. That cats are dogs with autism. And the reasoning was cats are dogs, but they have no social skills, so they are autistic dogs.
I feel like people that don't have cats say cats don't have social skills, or people that like grew up with a cat and like when they were a kid, because kids tend to be shitheads to cats,
Yeah.
So like when I was growing up, we had like 5 kids living in the house, and the cat would like freak out when any of us were near it. But I think that's just because there was so much of us screaming and running around that it was always like on edge.
Yeah.
But like my cats, like if I'm just sitting on the couch, they like come up and like sit in my lap, or they come up and like nudge their hand on me, like for me to pet them and stuff. So I think they're a little sociable, but definitely not as sociable as dogs.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give that a Mythbusters plausible. That is definitely,
I never actually watched Mythbusters, and I feel like as someone who studies science, I probably should at least watch a few episodes.
Oh, it's so good.
Really?
It honestly is.
I've seen
not
clips from like, when you're in high school, sometimes teachers will be like, "Oh, look at this episode of Mythbusters. I'm hungover." But the only one I saw that I remember was they were testing if you can actually get electrocuted taking a shower during a lightning storm. Saying if lightning struck the house, could it get to you while you're in the shower? And that's essentially through the plumbing system. And I think it was concluded that it cannot.
Oh, okay. That's fucking scary.
Bro, could you imagine shower and fucking lightning striking you?
Just comes through your fucking shower head.
Oh my god, you're fucked at that point.
The one I remember the most was like, it was like revolutionary to me, was the fact that they tested this and they said that or they concluded that walking in the rain gets you less wet than running in the rain. Like if you're trying to run from your car to your door, or walk from your car to your door in the rain, you get more wet running.
You didn't know that?
I mean, I didn't. I mean, like I watched that when I was like 13. So like up until that point, like I would always, to get somewhere quicker in the rain, like sprint,
Yeah.
I
learned that when I was like 7 or 8, and I'm not trying to like brag or anything, but I'm just remembering when I learned this. I was like 7 or 8, and I wasn't, when you're 7 or 8, you're a fucking passenger in the car, you don't drive it. And my mom was driving, and I remember we were driving to my grandmother's house, and it was pouring rain, like horribly. And when she was going down the freeway, I don't know why the fuck she was driving so fast on the freeway, but she was going like 60 on the freeway. And so the water was like slamming on the window, and there was so much of it. And I was like, oh my God, this is a horrible storm. But then she got off the freeway into the feeder road and got to a light, and she stopped. And it was actually like calm.
It's like barely raining.
Yeah. And so I was like, man. And I told her, I said it out loud as a kid. I was like, I thought it was raining way worse than this. And she was like, no, it's just rain. And then she sped up again, and then it happened again. And that's when I realized, like, oh, so if you go faster in the rain, like you're colliding into more rain because you're moving faster. So there's so much. It seems like there's more rain than there is.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm looking at different Mythbuster experiments, but I can't really read them all. I'm just kind of looking at the names of them. Like one's called Cheese Cannon.
Cheese Cannon.
I don't know if this is the show. Oh yeah, it's on Mythbusters. Yeah.
I feel like I haven't watched any of the recent Mythbusters. Like I don't know if they're still going right now, but I know there's definitely been some the last like I don't know, maybe like the last couple years. I haven't watched anything within the last like maybe like 5 or 6 years for Mythbusters. Everything I watched was when I was like a teenager, so like maybe 10 years ago, or you know.
The cheese cannon is where they shoot a wheel of cheese out of a cannon and it put a hole in a ship's sail.
That's like a what's that called? Like the gun that you just load it with whatever and you just like
like a potato spud gun or whatever.
There's a name for it. Like it's the gun with like the weird spout at the end that you can just like fill it with shit like coins and whatever you want and just shoot it.
I don't know.
I can't remember what it's called. It's like a specific name for it. But yeah.
There's so many. There's one called the flying guillotine.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna read it. The flying guillotine. Building a weapon that can decapitate a person and bring the head back to you is a bit grim, but it made for a good myth. That sounds violent.
So we should, I think we should, well, actually, no, I'm not sure about this. So should we include like current events?
Yeah, you know what? I actually have a couple current events. I mean, I don't know about political events, like the stuff going on in Afghanistan. Actually, there's something I want to talk about. Okay, it's not something as far as what's happening in Afghanistan, but it's something I saw. I don't know if it's real, and I don't want to comment on it too much. But if it is real, it's fucking crazy. It was a video from Afghanistan, and it was a plane. It looked like a cargo plane. It didn't look like a passenger plane, but a plane that was taking off from the airport. And people were trying to leave so bad that they were clinging to the outside of the plane.
Yes.
And then it took off. And as it was in the air, you could see some people like losing their grip and falling hundreds of feet and dying.
Yeah. So I don't know about, because there's been a couple planes that left like yesterday. Yeah. But the day before that, I remember seeing on the news that 5 people were on the outside of the plane and 3 of them died falling off of it.
Yeah.
Whenever it took off. So 2 of them probably fell off of it like before it like left the ground, and the other 3 probably fell off of it after it was too high. You know.
Bro,
which is insane. Yeah. Which just shows you how horrible it is.
Yeah, you know? Of course. To get to that point. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't speak on it because I've never been in the situation, but I don't know if my way out would be clinging to the outside of a plane. Either way.
Yeah, it's just I mean, because
find a more ground-centric way of getting out, if possible. You know, I don't know the situation.
Yeah, I feel like it's so hard for us to understand because, like, us ourselves, we could never even fathom doing something like that to escape somewhere.
Into it.
Yeah. But it's like, you know,
it's pretty bad. But on to a more cheerful current event.
Yeah. So Hello Kitty, the new season of Hello Kitty's coming out tomorrow. I'm really excited for that.
Do they even make Hello Kitty anymore? Is that a thing?
I don't think so. I'm not. I don't even. Was there a show for Hello Kitty?
I'm sure there was. Any way to make money, you know, we'll do it.
Yeah.
No, but I actually do have something new that came out that, you know, both of us can speak on a little. Remember Fortnite?
I don't know. That's what game is that? Is that the game where like
super popular?
Yeah.
So they just announced. I don't know if you saw this. They just announced that they're making an imposters mode.
Okay.
And what does that make you reminiscent of?
That sounds. You know what that sounds exactly like?
You know what it sounds verbatim like?
It kinda, sorta sounds like Among
Mario
Us.
Kart. Oh wait, what?
Oh,
no, yeah, Among Us. So they came out with this new mode. It's called Fortnite Imposters. Trust nobody. I don't know if it's its own. It seems like it's its own separate game. I don't know if it's its own mode or what. But yeah, Fortnite made it, and it's like it has its own little map. It looks a lot like the Among Us map. And
let's see.
Go ahead.
Fortnite has a history of like trying to like use, you know, things from other games to try to like make keep themselves afloat.
I would say the basis of Fortnite is copying. Well, it's a genre, right? They're not the first ones to. Battlegrounds wasn't the first one to come up with it, and it's not like Fortnite just like straight up copied them. I'm sure there are things from Battlegrounds that they took.
Yeah, there are definitely things from PUBG.
Yeah, I always forget it's called PUBG. I don't know why I always call it Battlegrounds, but
yeah.
So that's Fortnite's start, right? And then Apex came out, and Fortnite just straight up was like, "That's a really good idea. We're implementing this right the fuck away."
Yeah, so like pinging,
within a month, pinging and respawning. Because I don't know if you remember Fortnite, when you died in Fortnite, like once you got down,
you were dead.
Yeah, if they killed you, it was over. You were done playing. Where Apex, you know, you had the respawn beacon, and then Call of Duty even more because you could just. You didn't even have to get a respawn beacon or anything. If you have the money, you can bring them back. With the gulag.
Yeah.
Well, not with the gulag, but with the buyback system. But yeah. Fortnite just kind of took that respawn
and also
stuff and brought it. So it doesn't surprise me that they took Among Us's idea. It does surprise me how blatantly they fucking did it. Have you seen the trailer? You haven't seen? Yeah, is this the first you're hearing of this?
It's the first I'm hearing of it, yeah.
I watched the trailer yesterday, and it's, it seems like there are tasks you have to do, and you play, there's like, the imposter has this item, and I think if they use the item on you, you die, which is basically just, the kill system from Among Us. I don't know the details.
Also took, like, you know how Modern Warfare had, I think it's Modern Warfare, had the hide and seek thing? Where you could be the prop hunt, yeah. So Modern Warfare, or like
Call of Duty,
I think it started at a different Call of Duty.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely been in other Call of Duties. It didn't originate Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
I don't know if Call of Duty was the first one to come up with that. I honestly don't remember.
Well, no, there were other big games that had prop hunt, but Call of Duty is like so mainstream that whenever they came out with prop hunt, like millions of people started playing it on there. So Fortnite created a prop hunt mode, which failed miserably. I think people played it. Yeah, people played it like crazy. Like it was like all the big YouTubers that played Fortnite and shit were playing it for like maybe like a month or two, and then it just died, and nobody plays it. I don't even know if you still can play it.
Is it still on there? It says code.
I'm not sure.
I've never even. I didn't even hear about it. It came into fruition and left before I even heard anything of it. I see it now.
Yeah, I think the same thing's gonna happen with the
Among Us thing.
Among Us copy.
It's gonna. Surprise.
It sucks that honestly, like Among Us is actually a really good game, and I'm kind of surprised that it didn't stay afloat longer.
Well, with the amount of money they made, I definitely would not be surprised if there's an Among Us 2 in the works already. I mean, don't quote me on this, but I think the studio that made Among Us is like less than 10 people.
Well, yeah, they're a small like group, and they were actually working on and they were working on Among Us 2 before Among Us got popular. And then when Among Us got popular, they said they were canceling working on 2 so they could make 1 like better.
Yeah.
But 1's pretty dead now. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that still play it, but it's just not like.
I'm sure they have the resources to. Like, it's not like 1's dead now, so they're out of money. Like, I'm sure they have so much fucking money that they got from 1 that they are already working on the next big thing. I would be very surprised if they're not. I mean, you have to fumble the bag pretty hard. You're like, oh, the 4 of us or the 5 of us just made millions of dollars. Let's go spend it all. Nah, I highly doubt that. They're probably working on the next game already, or I don't think anything else is being added to 1. And so, which brings me back to this Fortnite thing. When I saw this, I was like, oh, we got to talk about this. But then I started reading the comments on the trailer, and literally the first comment was someone, and they said, you better have permission from, and they added Among Us, like the actual Among Us Twitter. You better have permission from Among Us to do this. And the Among Us Twitter replied with a sad face.
So I guess that's a no. No, they don't.
No. But I mean, if you are that small 4-person company with millions of dollars, you better sue the fuck out of Fortnite if they just took your
Oh, they
idea.
won't do shit.
Bro,
they won't do shit. Fortnite will destroy them in a lawsuit.
If they have as much money as they probably got from whatever it's called, they can probably get a really good lawyer. Well versed.
Bro, I just remembered I bought a bunch of stupid Among Us skins.
How many did you buy?
I think like $10 worth.
How much is a skin?
I don't know. I think like one of the pets is like $5 or something. You know the little like pet you can have with you.
Yeah. It cries if you die or whatever.
Yeah. It sits on the ground where you died and just like looks all sad.
I mean, Among Us was what, $5, $10?
I think no. Among Us is free to play.
On the PC, it isn't. On the mobile, it is.
What? I thought we played it. Oh, I thought it was free. Maybe I did pay for it. I
think it's like $5. We didn't pay much. It's a very cheap.
Oh, it's another huge failure that I wish wasn't a huge failure. Fall Guys. I wish Fall Guys was still a thing.
I have Fall Guys.
I honestly I love Fall Guys. I think it's an amazing game. I think it's so fun.
I played it and it was fun, and then I was over it and I stopped playing.
The thing is, it's not fun if you're playing it by yourself. Like I can play it by myself for 20 minutes before I.
Yeah, I was playing with like Jess and the other guys in the Discord.
Yeah, but same with COD. Like I can't.
It was boring after a little while.
Yeah, like if you have a group on there, like 3 or 4 people, and you just load in, it's so fun. Yeah. It's so fucking fun. But man, I'm just like, it's so hard. I mean, like nowadays, most of our, well, maybe now with Jess and everything, I don't know if we're name dropping people. So, but you said her name, so I'm saying her name. Yeah. But yeah, so I guess now with like
it's
the Discord, you got more people to play with you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Like she just got what is it called? Oh, she just got what is this called? Gang Beast. She just got Gang Beast. And like
Gang Beast, yeah, that's another fun one.
4 or 5 of us already have it. We're just waiting for a day where all of us are like, yeah, let's play it. We'll get on there.
Yeah.
Gang Beast is fun as fuck when you have a lot of people.
It is.
Let's see how that goes. There's a lot of games that are. I want to play that other game, Pico Park, I think it was called.
Yeah, that's the one you showed me.
Pico Park,
that one looks fun.
There's a free version.
Yeah.
The classic edition is free. Oh, that's actually dope. I'm gonna download it. I'm downloading it right now.
So,
but yeah, it looks fun. We need to get like definitely like I think at least 6 people to have the full experience.
I want you to hit me with some Am I the Asshole?
Oh, I actually have those lined up.
Okay.
Let me pull them up. I actually ordered them in order of like easy, who's the asshole, to okay, like are you actually the asshole? So the first one, okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. I tell you the headline, you give me first impressions, and then I give you the backstory, and then you tell me what you think, and then I tell you what Reddit decided. So first one is, am I the asshole for my birthday gift to my wife?
Am I the asshole for the birthday gift to my wife?
Yeah.
So
the gift he gave to his wife for her birthday. That's literally all the title says. So you gotta guess based off that.
So this is again very hard because I don't know how long they've been married, and I don't know what he got her. So
or how either of them are like as people.
Yeah. So my thinking is that I'm gonna go off of I'm just gonna guess that the fact that he got her a gift means that he made an attempt to care,
Mm-hmm.
And he remembered her birthday. He got her a gift. I'm already gonna give him a point for that because you can get a shitty gift.
That's quite the brownie points. For remembering your significant other's birthday and getting them a gift, that's pretty like basic.
Okay, but I'm not saying like. Because I'm making the assumption they've been married for a while.
Okay,
that's what I'm making. So like if they're if they're dating, I mean, homie, like y'all been together for 2-3 years, you should you should know her birthday. But if they've been together for 15 years, like I don't know, you could forget, So I think the fact that he's making an effort shows something, and maybe he got her something that like she just didn't like, and I don't know about her, maybe she's picky, maybe she's not, so
fair.
Or maybe like he got her something that she already has and he didn't listen, and he knew that she had.
It's all possible, yes.
So I don't think he's the asshole. I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say he's not the asshole.
Okay, so as far as how long they've been married, doesn't say. As far as what kind of people they are, also doesn't say. But I do know what he got her, and I do know why the reason he had to make this fucking post. And so the first thing he says is that him and his wife are tight on money. Understandable. They have a very low budget. And so for that reason, he didn't have anything in the budget for her birthday gift. So instead, he sent his wife to her friend's house, and him and his kids did all of the house chores. And when she got home, they showed her that clean house and said that was her birthday gift. And she said thank you, but she was upset. And she said that he saw her as a maid, and he doesn't know why she would be grateful for something that him and the kids should be doing regularly anyways. And he said that he was just trying to do something nice, make her life easier. And she said that's exactly the problem, and that she said, don't talk to me like right now. So then that's when he asked, is he the asshole? So what do you think?
Okay. So I'm getting a little so I think it's a good, it's cool that like, him and the kids were like, you know what? Let's do something nice for mom. Let's clean up the whole house. Okay? I think that's nice. I think it's wholesome. I think it's sweet, But I don't think it qualifies as a gift.
I agree. I think it's
that's
an
like
act of kindness at most.
Yeah, that's like you got your girlfriend flowers when it wasn't her birthday or something. You just, it's just like something nice that you did out of nowhere, know. So, but for a birthday gift, not really not really hitting the mark.
Yeah,
I do think that if she said don't talk to me anymore, whatever, that's kind of a little mean, but same time,
indication of you're the asshole.
Yeah.
That alone
so I feel like even if you don't have much money, you can still do something. Even if you have $5, you can do something.
Yeah.
So
you could always make something too. Some people like getting stuff that's made. I personally hate when people say I want something handmade, because it's like, okay, but I'm not a freaking artist. So you just like, it's so much easier for me to buy you something than to be forced to make it, But to each their own.
My thing is if they're actually not financially stable, they don't have much cash on hand for gifts or anything, I would think that the wife would be aware of that. So if you got her something like a card, and then all the kids like write something on it, for her birthday, and then you write something on it, and then get her flowers. I think if y'all are really in that financial circumstance, and she would know that, and that would be a pretty big impact, like,
You know what I found also? I don't know about for guys, but I've learned that chicks actually really enjoy getting pictures as a gift. So like, if you have a picture of her and the kids, you get a cheap frame from fucking Walgreens, and it takes like $1, less than $1, to print the pictures out, like at the pharmacy or at.
So it's like $10, and you've got a nice family.
Exactly,
photo.
And then you give it to her. You wrap it up in some paper. You give it to her, and that's boom. Like for my mom, we gave her pictures of the dogs for Christmas, and she was in shock. She was like, "Oh my god, I couldn't ask for anything more." I was like, "Damn, it's been this easy the whole time." So everyone on Reddit also says, "Yeah, you're an asshole. You're like not any effort." And someone said that Someone said that their mom had a situation like this where her husband gave her a vacuum for her birthday, and she said, "Wow, the house says thank you. Now, what did you get me?"
That's bad. That's worse. That's worse.
My mom's told us that too before. She's like, "Look, y'all give me whatever y'all want. Do not give me stuff for the house." She's like, "I am not the house. Do not buy me gifts as if I am the house." Which is understandable, I think. If I, like, as a dude, if someone got me, like, a new, I don't know, toolkit. I mean, like, some guys would get excited for that, actually. Like a toolkit or something. I'm trying to think of something you won't get excited for. Okay, like a rake. A rake for the yard, right? If you do yard work. I wouldn't get excited for that. I'd be like, this is really
no, of course not.
This is for the house. All right. Next one. Am I the asshole for giving all of my coworkers a different reason for why I have missing fingers?
So I'm assuming he's okay. My immediate assumption is he's doing it for comedic value. He's not just like, I don't know. That's the first assumption I make, is that if you're really telling everyone a different story, you're trying to, it would be funny if, one of them encountered the other one was like, did you hear that Bobby lost his fingers when a fucking, I don't know, a bear bit them off or some shit while he was camping? And then he's like, no, dude, I heard that he lost his fingers from, I don't know, so I feel like that'd be kind of a funny, like, interaction between your coworkers. So I don't think he's the asshole for that, because he's doing it for comedic value, and it's harmless, it's not, I don't know. I don't think he's the asshole.
So, first bit of background, which I think is funny that you said he, because people write the post and then sometimes they update it. First update, the updates, one of the first things is, I'm not a male. I don't know why everyone assumed that. But, so it's a girl, or whatever, gender neutral. Okay, it's not a male, so I'm just going to assume it's a female. And she said that she only has.
By the way, it isn't a proper thing to call them. You should call them they.
Did I say it?
Yeah.
Oh shit, my fault. So they, I honestly don't remember. I don't think I called them it, but so they said they started a new job. They were a month into the job, and they're missing 3 fingers on their dominant hand, which is they're missing their thumb, index, and middle finger. So they have
rip.
They have the last 2 fingers.
I was hoping they had their thumb.
Yeah, if you have the thumb and the index or middle, you're fucking golden. Fuck the other ones.
Yeah.
But no, they're missing the Ninja Turtle fingers, because they only have 3.
Yeah.
And so they said that they started the job a month ago, and when you have a condition like that, you get used to people staring and eventually asking. But even though you're curious, it is still rude to ask, because it's not your business. So they got annoyed with it, and to the point where they were like, okay, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start making up different reasons for why. And so she said, I felt like the time had come not to play into it anymore and make something out of it, and I decided to make myself laugh. So she said when the first coworker asked her, she said that she chewed her fingers off as a baby. That's the first reason she gave, that she chewed them off. What the fuck? Where'd you go? I'm by myself.
Sorry, I got disconnected for some reason.
No, you're good. I paused it, so.
All right, continue.
Where was I at? Oh, I was saying, so the first reason she gave someone was that she chewed off her fingers as a baby.
God damn, that's brutal.
Like, who the fuck believes that? And then she said she told the next person that she cut them off with a plastic knife at a picnic when she was a kid.
Jesus Christ.
And she told the next person that she was actually born with 6 fingers, but they cut too many.
Oh.
And so she made sure all the reasons were legitimate, ridiculous reasons and should not have been taken serious. But, they all believed them. And so she said in about 3 days, her coworkers were arguing about the actual reason that she lost her fingers, and that they seemed to not like that she lied to them.
I mean, yeah, I still don't think she's the asshole.
Yeah, and so she said she talked to someone. They said that she was an asshole, and she said, "No, I was having fun because they were already the assholes for asking me that because it's none of their business, and I shouldn't have to explain my own personal stuff like that at work." Which is true. Completely agree with that. So it was determined that she was not the asshole.
Yeah, of course not. No.
And people said that if they got upset, they shouldn't have asked, and they're being way too uptight anyways.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a funny one. Yeah, I like people like that. This is the kind of shit I would do too. If I was missing a finger, I would make up different reasons why. And then when everyone gets pissed off and confronts me, I'd combine all the stories into one fucking story. Like, yeah, they put my finger back, and then it got chopped off by the bear, like I said. Yeah, it was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Am I the asshole for naming our kids after past cats and not telling my husband?
I guess, okay, so my first, I'm guessing if she named the kids, so the hard thing is like, if you don't know if there's a name that the husband really wanted for the kid and then he like gave in,
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm gonna assume that the husband didn't really mind that she chose the names.
Okay.
So, she chose the names. I don't necessarily think that her giving the kid the same name as like a past, because animals can be like extremely close to you, so if they had a cat that she was super close to, or
I'm gonna name my firstborn Brownie.
Cinnamon. Yeah. I'm gonna name, now if her kid's name is Oreo, then I'm a little disappointed. Yeah. But if the cat had a regular like a
human name.
A name you would give a human baby, then I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with like not telling the husband the reason behind the name, because my thought is that if the husband cared and really cared about the naming process, he would ask her, well, why are you picking that name?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm making the assumption he doesn't really care, because she probably just chose the name and he was like, yeah, sounds good. So I don't think she's the asshole.
Okay, so the husband, you are correct about the husband not caring. Or according to her, she put that when she was pregnant, her husband really did not care about the names. So you're right on that. The names that she gave the kids based off the cats are Samson, Sabrina, and Sunny. So I think those are pretty decent names.
Yeah, those are good names. Yeah, I like that.
So what she said was that she had 35 cats growing up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And she said the three she were closest to were those three cats, Samson, Sabrina, and Sunny. Okay. And when she gave the cats' names to her kids as middle names. And the husband said he really didn't care about names. And so she suggested those names, and he agreed and said they sounded nice. She said that she didn't tell him they were previous cat names, and she said she actually did like the names. It wasn't just because they were cats. She does really like the names. And after she figured out that she kind of like unintentionally gave the first two the cats' names, but then after she realized it, she was like, okay, the third one has to have the cat's name,
Yeah.
And then she said that she mentioned to the husband one of the cats, a cat named Samson, having FIV. I think it's like a feline HIV or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he said, Samson. And the husband says, please don't tell me you named our kid after the cat. And so she said she came clean and told him that actually all the kids are named after the past cats. And she said she told him I wouldn't have named the kids that if I didn't genuinely like the names. But yeah, they're from my past cats. And she said he wasn't really mad, but he seemed super annoyed and he thought it was weird.
I don't think he's really allowed to complain, because when the time came, he said those sound like good names. He didn't question it, so
yeah. But I mean, at the same time, it's kind of like, it's like, yeah, I didn't care what the names were, but I didn't think you named them after fucking cats either.
Yeah. I don't know. I still give her
sides. I give her the not the asshole here, but I do think it's weird to name your kids after your pets. I think that's weird.
I think it's okay, but
you think so? I wouldn't name my kid after a pet. I think it'd
be a little weird if you named your kid Jeja or Brownie. So
yeah, of course. But even like Bella. I wouldn't name my kid Bella.
I mean, you're not close to Bella.
Yeah, fuck Bella. First of all, that dog sucks.
But that you get what I mean. Loser.
But like, okay, you had a dog named Athena. Would you name your kid Athena after Athena?
No, Athena's not a. To me, Athena's not really a name you give a person.
It's an A name, too, so it follows the scheme. The naming scheme.
I don't think I'm gonna name my kid starting with an A though.
You're gonna pick the next letter B, work your way through 26 generations.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of a letter that doesn't have a name. I can't think of one.
You know what my biggest fear is naming kids?
What?
I always think of, will they get bullied for that name in high school? What's a good? I don't know. Like we'll come up with names, and she'll say one, and I'll be like, "Babe, come on," and I'll come up with a nickname that they would be like called in high school and made fun of.
Yeah.
So I always try to think of, like, if I name my kid, I don't want it to be something that can be made fun of.
So you actively try to bully the kids that aren't born in an attempt to not bully them?
No, I just
in order to save them from being bullied is what I should have said.
Yeah, I try to come up with like ways that they could be picked on for their name. Like
That's funny.
I'm trying to think of one of the names we came up with. I don't know, but like Lucy, these nuts in your mouth.
Oh.
Like play on word.
Yeah,
names.
But there's always gonna be something.
Rip to all the Lucys out there, by the way.
For real, anyone named Lucy watching this?
Or Lucy,
Yeah, Lucy.
Oh, that'd be another. Whatever. Or Lucy. Oh.
Yeah. But I mean, you can come up with that for any name almost.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, there's. Because Daniel, bitch,
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue. Just like I rolled off your mom's tongue, fucking twat. But,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, we're not talking about moms. I'm sorry, but yeah, it was said she's not the asshole. Some people just said, yeah, it's not. They were like, it's weird, but it's not. You're not an asshole for it. And then someone said, I say you are the asshole just because you had 35 cats with unique names, but you couldn't think of 3 for your kids. And I was like, that is a very good point.
Yeah.
All right, last one. This is the last one I had. I didn't get to see that many of them, but I think this is a funny one. Okay, am I the asshole for sleeping naked on top of the covers to teach my roommate's girlfriend a lesson?
Wait, again, one more time?
Am I the asshole for sleeping naked on top of the covers to teach my roommate's girlfriend a lesson?
Okay, so obviously there's some drama going on. Obviously she's... Okay, you know what? Actually, this is kind of hard because I'm assuming that there are separate rooms. Because, like Sean and I had one room. So if he had a girlfriend, then I would say if I slept over the covers naked, then I would be the asshole, you know? But like if there's separate rooms, my assumption is she's doing something where she's just barging into his room.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a firm believer in fucking, you know, I mean, especially if you don't have a partner, you don't have somebody you're sharing a room with. You fucking sleep on the floor, ass naked, if you want, with a yeah,
ass crack on the carpet.
Yes, bro. Sleep in front of the floor, like in front of the door, on your back with your legs spread. That's what, like, you know, do whatever you want. It's your room, and if people want to barge in while you're sleeping, they can see your asshole. Let them see it. You know?
Yeah.
So my assumption is that she's barging into his room. He's uncomfortable with it. I'm assuming before he decided to start sleeping naked to teach her a lesson, he told her something. So I don't think he's the asshole.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll give you the gist. So you're pretty spot on. It's a dude. He lives with his friend, and his friend dates this girl, and the girl doesn't knock, and so he keeps telling her to stop, like she needs to knock, and she says she doesn't believe in knocking, so she doesn't do it. And so he said before there were no incidents, and usually he'd just be doing homework or whatever, but there were a couple times where he sleeps naked, and he sleeps under the covers naked, and then he would like get up, put on his clothes, and go get coffee. And there are a few times where like right after he puts on his clothes, she barges in his room. And he would say, he would tell her like, "Hey, I was just naked in here. You should not be coming in. That you should knock before you come in." And he said the girl would just giggle and say, "But I didn't," and that would be it. And he says to make his point, he intentionally slept on top of his covers, and that she barged in the morning to ask him if he wants coffee, and she saw his business. And she immediately backed out of the room and didn't talk to him for the rest of the day. And he said his friend pulls him to the side and says that he was fucked up for that, and he deliberately exposed himself. And he says it was on purpose because he threatened to do it before. And he said now they're saying that he's some sick creep who intentionally got naked to lay in wait for the girl to walk in to get his rocks off. And he said he kind of sees how it came off that way, and so he asked if he's the asshole. And
no, for sure not the asshole.
I for sure say he's not the asshole, because fuck that. If you tell someone, first of all, to tell someone you want them to knock on your door, and for them to choose to say fuck you to that, anything you do at that point, you're not the asshole.
No.
I would start.
I would have taken it a step further.
As soon as I know she's there.
I would have jerked off as soon as I heard her walking towards the room.
Yeah. Yep.
I would have actually, and to make it even like more uncomfortable, I would buy like I would make her think like I'm an absolute, like, you know, like I'm just like, you know, I don't want to say that. Well, you know what? No, we don't. You know, I'm not going to say that, but what I am going to say right here on this podcast is we do not stand furries, you know? So
what the fuck does that have to do with it?
That's all I'm going to say. So, but yeah, he's definitely not the asshole for that.
No, for sure not. And so, as far as like you deliberately laid there naked and blah, 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 I'll be like, well, I mean, you'll never know. Like, look, what I do in my room's my business. If you don't like it, then fucking knock. And,
yeah.
You know, people are like, why don't you get a lock? You should get a lock. And he explained that it's against the lease to install a lock on the door.
And that's true. Some places are not okay with you doing that in interior doors, you know?
And
because,
yeah. One person said she knew the risk and she barged in. How is she not the one that's a pervert in this situation?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think there's some kind of weird dynamic going on between the girlfriend and the roommate. It's almost like she wants to, like, Like, I don't know, not necessarily wants to fuck him, but like she really like wants to interact with him, even in like, you know, him being uncomfortable with it.
No, I think it's like I think it's one of those things where like a chick is like, I do this quirky thing that makes no fucking sense, but even if you call me out on it, I'm still gonna do it because it's my quirky little thing, and it's like, it's a sign of immaturity, in my opinion.
Yeah, she's not like other girls.
Yeah, I'm not a basic bitch. I just walk in rooms. But yeah, that was all I had for that one. For those ones.
Those are all very good. I'm surprised that I think yesterday I didn't get as many right. Today I think I got all of them right.
I was not keeping score. Oh,
yeah.
Probably though. Probably.
So yeah.
There were some other ones topic. I didn't look at. Like if the title is not freaking funny or it's way too long, I usually won't even look at them. Like there was one about a guy who jumped out of a window to avoid being next to an ex. And I was gonna read that one, but it was like 6 paragraphs. I was like, yeah, I don't have time for this shit. I had another topic. Do you have any topics?
I mean, we could do Would You Rather.
Oh, I had one more. We'll do that, and then we'll see how Would You Rather goes. They were arguing on Twitter who would win between Kratos and Master Chief.
Kratos and Master Chief. Okay, so here's the thing. I've played Halo. I've only played Halo 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if there's some kind of significant like power boost for Master Chief since 1 and 2. But Kratos literally kills people that are not able to be killed. Yeah. He fucking takes
out gods and titans.
Yeah, like Loki, like
and I haven't played the new one actually.
I haven't played the new one, but I watched 2 hours of a walkthrough for it, and like I'm pretty sure in the thing Loki's like, I can't be killed, and motherfucker still finds a way to beat him. So, you know, he kills Zeus. My question is Master Chief versus Zeus. Yeah. You know,
no, there was one of like Kratos against one of the Titans. I haven't played the games, but the Titan is holding Kratos with like between his thumb and his index finger like a grain of rice.
Yeah.
And people were like, if this motherfucker couldn't kill Kratos, what the hell makes y'all think Master Chief could?
Yeah, but like that's not even. Kratos could. Kratos is so fucking strong. I haven't even he could. Man, he could take on almost like anybody, you know.
He's insanely strong. He couldn't take on Sora. Don't get me wrong. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck that kid up.
Oh my god, dude! No, he would destroy Sora and Goofy, but Donald, he would not stand a chance against Donald.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was a funny little discussion. People.
I think that'd be a funny like topic. Like people, you know.
They should make whoever a death versus battle whoever. Just to. Yeah, I like that too. I was actually gonna bring up the one we were talking about yesterday.
Oh, King Kong versus the Wall Titan, the Colossal Titan.
Yeah, King Kong versus the Colossal Titan, and then Godzilla versus the Colossal Titan.
So yeah, I think where we basically left off yesterday was that, you know, Kong can more than likely defeat the Colossal Titan.
Yeah, I think it depends on what Kong, because there's various Kongs. I think anything from what I'm seeing, there's like I think if it's a Kong that's 50 feet tall or bigger, that it'll fuck up the Colossal Titan.
Yeah, because he's so fast, he's so fucking strong.
Yeah.
And the Colossal Titan's so slow, and even though he can release steam.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The only thing the Colossal Titan could even do is release that heat. I don't know if Kong could survive that, but I'm assuming if he's big enough, he should be fine.
Yeah, like he's definitely gonna be burned, but like I was saying the other day, like if the Colossal Titan was like in human form next to Kong and then transformed, that would kill Kong. That would obliterate him. Yep. Maybe even Godzilla.
So Godzilla, I don't know all the details, but from what I understand, Godzilla is a product of radiation. So although the blast probably would hurt him a lot, especially because he's a reptile, so he has more like protection than Kong. I don't know if it would kill him, and I'm pretty sure the after effects would not kill him. I don't know, but the thing is, like, I think Godzilla is. So if it's if it's the Kong that's the size of Godzilla, right? He'll kill the Colossal Titan. There's no ifs. Godzilla does not move as fast. I don't think. I don't think he's as agile as Kong.
But my thing is, it is because he thrives off like nuclear radiation, right? Like he's born from that.
Yeah, I think so. He can shoot like a freaking laser out of his mouth.
But is the Colossal Titan like? Does his explosion give off that kind of radiation?
Maybe not. I actually never thought of that. Well, they don't ever talk about that in Attack on Titan.
Yeah. There's
radiation is not really a big deal. You just see that it's an immense amount of like it looks like a nuke when he transforms.
Yeah, I guess it does look like a nuke, so maybe it's.
I feel like it's kind of a fair assumption to assume there's some radiation going on. But now that I think about it, like people that were around when it went off, they never got sick. Like what's her name? Fuck. Hanj was pretty close to the explosion. Her whole team got wiped out, and she lost an eye from it, but she survived it. And you don't see any effects of radiation on her.
Oh, that's true. So maybe it isn't nuclear radiation.
No. The best case, it's just the blast that he would have to survive.
But you know what? I think he would still survive it, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think he'd be damaged from it, but
also when you look at Godzilla, like his power is from like his legs and his tail. His arms are really short and not very muscular.
Yeah.
And if you want to beat the Colossal Titan, you have to get it. You got to be able to get to its nape. Otherwise there's really no point.
Yeah.
And given that the Colossal Titan is even bigger than Godzilla, I think it's safe to assume that the Colossal Titan would probably beat Godzilla, except for that freaking laser in his mouth. That would probably kill the Colossal Titan.
Yeah, but also I think Godzilla would outlast the Colossal Titan's like transformation.
Yeah, that's true.
Because once he turns back into a human and he's fucked, Godzilla would eat him, and then Godzilla would turn into the Colossal Titan.
I wonder if Godzilla would even. I wonder how that size transformation would work. Like, is it just would Godzilla
He'd be like 100 times his current size?
No, actually, you know what? That wouldn't even work because Godzilla is not a fucking what's it called?
Yeah,
Marleyan.
Yeah.
No, is it Marleyans?
Not a well. No, not a Marleyan.
Marley are the ones that can't transform. What are the other ones?
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah.
Marley and AOT and Eldian. Godzilla's not an Eldian, so he would not gain the power to transform from the Colossal Titan. Just some random kid in Eldia would suddenly transform of the Titan. Big spoilers, by the way.
Yeah.
I should have started with that. I was also actually, this is a good time to bring this up. I did read the little extra chapter that came out. The little AOT one that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Or that you told me existed, and I was like, let me read it and then we'll talk about it. I did read it. And
you did read it?
Yeah, I don't really know what to take from.
So
sounds like it seemed like Aaron's just gonna start the cycle all over.
Well, it's not Aaron because so when I read it, my thinking was because it's like mostly pictures. They added one thing with like words in it,
and it's like
where like Mikasa sees.
Yeah, Mikasa's talking to that bitch, whatever her name is.
Yeah. So what it looked like to me was that she was at Aaron's tree, okay, and then she was like old, right? And she had like family around her or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then so like I guess that's like her old, and then it shows the tree again with like a city, in front of it.
Yeah.
And then the next one is the same tree, but with the city destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
It
it's
like
like,
outlasted a country or something.
yeah, like the cycle is repeating. People are still, it's modern times. People are still destroying each other and rebuilding. And then, it almost looks like towards the end of the panel that there's been like, it's almost like maybe
Apocalyptic
humanity's on the
almost.
brink. Yeah, humanity's on the brink. It's like apocalyptic, you know.
Yeah.
Um, it's everything's forest now, and the big tree with the hole in it is there now. Okay, the same
Mm-hmm.
tree that I guess like Aaron was buried at or whatever.
The same tree
And
also that got the first girl, I think, her Titan powers,
yeah, yeah,
Ymir or whatever.
yeah. And then you see someone that almost looks like a descendant of Mika. So I don't know if it's like
It's
fair
like
to
a
assume
kid,
that.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a
So it looks like a
kid.
descendant of her.
Mm-hmm.
And then it shows him like or her like looking at the tree
Yeah.
and presumably maybe walking into it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Okay, yeah,
So
it also shows that Mikasa was buried at the tree, I think.
yeah. So
It
more
won't
than
look
like it's
sharp until she died too. That's crazy.
so I think the assumption is that the kid probably went into the tree. The same thing, happened to him where he got like overtaken by whatever creature, and then either Titans will be reborn or something worse because it's like maybe the Titans could be defeated now, with whatever modern weaponry they have because you don't even know how far in the future it is.
Yeah.
It's like could be 300 years
and it's
or
also
more.
like it could be at the point where Titans are not easy to beat anymore, because like
Oh, like
before
everyone's
the
destroyed
walls
everything.
before the walls went up, they didn't really have a way to beat Titans. They didn't have ODM gear and shit like that. And then
Yeah.
after the wall went up and the rest of the world advanced, they were able to beat Titans because they made special rounds designed to kill Titans. But after a while, after Titans have been gone for generations, you don't know if that technology is still. They might have to like remake it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a good. I think they added a good few pages of like closing.
Yeah, I think it's
Because
a
it's like
good hint that it's not over.
nothing we do. I think it almost screams like nothing that we really do really matters.
Yeah.
As time goes forward, all the fight, everything Aaron did, when you look at it now, none of it made a difference.
Mm.
So
Do you
I
think?
don't know.
And at this point, Eldians and non-Eldians have mixed so well, so it might be now that almost anyone
That
can be a
anybody could
Titan.
be
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I hope they don't reboot it. I hope they don't make another like like you know
Attack
Attack
on
on
Titan
Titan
2.
but like future,
Yeah.
I hope they don't.
I like it when they leave stuff well
Yeah.
off than
Yeah,
remaking it but shitty. It's just like with that new Space Jam movie. Like nobody wanted another fucking Space Jam, and I heard it
no.
sucks.
Space Jam 1 was horrible. I don't know why people, I guess like cuz they were young when they watched it so they thought it was good.
Yeah,
But
when
if you
you're a
go back and
kid.
rewatch it, it's
I mean,
so
yeah,
bad.
if you watch it as an adult, it's like okay. But when you watch it as a kid, the nostalgia itself does.
Yeah. It's like you guys, give us Iron Giant 2. That's what we want. I am so sick of waiting for it. Yes, Iron Giant.
Remember Iron Giant 1?
You don't remember Iron Giant?
I remember it, but not enough to be like, where's number 2?
Because at the end,
he starts piecing himself back together.
And like he's like in the Arctic or some shit, and his eyes open up at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, after he got fucking nuked in the air. So I think they should have come out with another.
And kill a bunch of people from radiation poisoning. That really what you want?
I don't know.
That really what you want?
I guess not.
He pieces himself together and he's a walking Chernobyl.
That'd be a crazy plot. That'd be a crazy plot that he loves people, but
he goes up to the kid who loved him so much.
Hogarth.
And he ho, and then he hugs him. He walks away.
That is a Pokemon.
And the kid gets cancer. And dies.
Okay.
And
then the kid gets cancer and dies, and he becomes.
He's on the run.
Yeah,
anytime people try to catch him, he lets off.
He fucking like explosion. Does that gun shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh fuck. Yeah, and then it ends like that.
But then who defeats him? Who defeats him? It's the fucking general from the first movie. He's a good guy.
Yeah. And then you know what oh my god. And then you know what it's shown to be the prequel for? It's like one of those movies where you watch it and you didn't know it was a prequel to something until like the end.
Okay.
They use his body for the Pacific Rim robot. The very first Pacific Rim robot.
Wow, that's quite the stretch.
Look at that.
That's dope.
The Iron Giant is the prequel to Pacific Rim.
I've never even seen Pacific Rim. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, so Pacific Rim 1 is good.
It's like two people controlling a robot together or something like that.
Yes, Pacific Rim 1 is good. Pacific Rim.
Explain something to me. How the fuck are they both controlling it? It's like having two steering wheels on a car, like like Cat in the Hat, where they have the fucking steering wheels.
Yeah. So basically, the process is there's so much to control that you need two people because it like taps into like your brain power and shit, So like you have your like fucking like your head hooked up and everything. You got your arms hooked up, but it's too much for one person to use. So you have to have two people. But the problem is you have to go through a lot of testing and you have to have someone that like thinks how you think, that you guys like match on the same brave. Yeah, the same brain like wavelength and shit. So if you try to like go in combat with another person that you're not in tune with, you won't be able to control it.
Okay, plot twist. They found that the best way to be in tune with someone is when you are sexually balls connected deep with them. Yeah, balls deep in them. So it's actually porn stars that.
Okay.
It's like.
Okay, so Riley Reid is controlling the robot,
and Johnny Sins is her partner, and they're.
Okay.
The movie's a lie. They're not actually doing movements to control. They're just having sex.
Okay.
And with the gear on, they're having sex, and that's how the robot controls itself. Like, that's how they give consciousness to the robot.
Okay.
And the robot moves autonomously. I figured out. I don't know how this connects to the Iron Giant yet.
On the real, Pacific Rim 1 was good. I didn't see 2, but when I remember how I was trapped in my hospital from the ice storm we had?
Yeah.
So, because we live in Texas and our power grid is stupid. So we had a big ice storm and I was stuck in like at my work. And they had Pacific Rim 3 playing on the TV.
There's a third?
And boy, oh boy, was it a big steaming pile of dog shit. It's like it had
the crappy porn stars.
dude, it was like, you know how big studios will make a movie and then they'll sell the rights to like a shitty studio, like a really low tier studio.
Yeah,
that's basically what happened. It was so bad.
Is that why these movie sequels are so shitty in comparison?
Yeah.
Is that what happened to Spy Kids? Is that why Spy Kids fell off?
I think the same studio kept making Spy Kids.
Fucking rip. Never mind.
Now I don't know about Spy Kids 3D. I don't know if that was made by the same.
After 3, I think there's a fourth one too.
Oh yeah, there is.
There's a fourth one where it's like one of their kids or something. I think it's Carmen's kids.
Yeah, I don't know if that was made by the same studio. I have no idea.
They have a lot of the same actors though. I think the kid who plays Junie is in that one too.
I feel like Spy Kids is another one of those movies that if you went back and watched it, you'd think it was horrible, but at the time it was beautiful.
You think so? I think it's definitely cringier now.
It is cringy.
It's probably cringy as fuck.
It's very cringy.
But back then it was like, wow, they're so cool.
Yeah, like I think maybe the first movie was watchable. Like if you went back to watch it with your kids, it might be watchable. But the second and third and fourth, oof.
The second one, from what I remember, the second one is a legit.
That was that Dino Island.
Yeah, it was where they had like animals, giant animals, or something like that. It was something about animals.
Yeah.
Or it was crossbreeds or something like that. They had like spider monkeys, and it was like monkeys the size of spiders and shit like that.
Yeah.
Those movies. Hey, we've already hit the hour mark. I just looked at it.
We have? Oh shit, we gotta shout out our sponsors.
For our sponsor.
Okay. Thank you, Duralast, for sponsoring this video.
Built to last, Duralast. I used to see so many of those commercials when I would watch wrestling, because they would sponsor wrestling events, because wrestling events are I have a lot of people who use Duralast. I guess is the way to say it.
And thank you, Canada Dry, for sponsoring this episode.
Dry? What is that? Is that a drink?
That's Canada Dry, not Canada Dye. Canada Dry ginger.
Death to all Canadians? No,
death to all Canadians is what I said.
That's funny.
So, yeah, Canada Dry ginger ale, the best tasting clear soda. Sprite, you can eat my ass.
Actually, I do prefer ginger ale over Sprite. Fuck Sprite.
Yeah, no, I don't like I don't like what is it? What's the other one? 7-Up. I don't like 7-Up either.
What about Sierra Mist?
I don't think I've had Sierra Mist in a long time.
Cannot even tell the difference.
It's the same as Sprite, right? Sierra Mist, it's like a lemon lime.
No. Sure.
What's another one? Mountain Dew's not really.
Okay, next one we're gonna rank all the sodas.
We're gonna rank every soda.
We're gonna do a live tier list, and we're gonna rank all the sodas.
A live tier list?
Yeah, like the
like we're gonna go on YouTube live.
No, like I'm gonna have the tier list on the recording, and they can see me track all the sodas. Whatever's S tier, A tier, B tier.
Okay. Soda tier list. I like that. I can already tell you we're gonna disagree on a lot of stuff.
That's fine. If we disagree, we have to put it in the middle.
Oh, that's not fair.
Why?
Well, okay, for example, what would you give Dr. Pepper?
A or B.
I would give it S tier. So, what would you give? I'm just gonna pick out 3 of them. What would you give Big Red?
I give Big Red a C because it's something you enjoy every once in a while, but not ever something I'd go and see.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a C.
Yeah, my mom's favorite is Big Red, and every time I drink it, I'm like, ugh.
Okay, here's a controversial one. What about Fanta?
Fanta, I'd give a B. No, I give a low B minus, because if I see it at a function, I'm like, all right, whatever. And if it's all there is to drink at a function, I'm like, okay, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I give it F tier.
F tier?
I will not touch a Fanta. I'll drink my own piss before I drink Fanta.
All the different flavors, or just like certain ones you don't like?
Oh, I'm just talking about regular Fanta.
What the fuck is regular Fanta? The orange one? Yellow?
Yeah.
Red?
Yeah, orange Fanta.
The tangerine Fanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was all there was to drink at a barbecue, I would be like, why the fuck is this all there is to drink?
Yeah, I would be like, can I get water? Yeah, or I don't even like beer. I would ask for a beer. I don't like beer. So.
But if there was like any of the others, like Coke, Sprite, whatever, and then that, I would get one of the other ones.
Yeah, same. I don't like Sprite either. I would give Sprite like a C tier, and I would pick Sprite over Fanta.
I would give Sprite a low B tier, B minus.
Yeah.
Well, if we disagree, we'll flip a coin. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we disagree, like if it's like you're C, I'm B minus, we'll flip a coin on which one. But if it's like I have A and you have C, then we'll settle on B.
How about we call on a rando? Like you hop in like Jess. Yeah, you hop on like and ask Jess, hey, what's better?
Bet.
Or do you think Sprite should be in B tier or C tier? And then we just do whatever she says.
Yeah, that's fine too. Or
Adrian or Sean, we could like call them up.
Any of them. Yeah, I'm cool with that. All right, so we'll do a soda tier list. That would be fun. What other stuff? Well, I guess it depends on what happens that week. We haven't even talked about anything Apex. So.
No. I'm. So should we just talk about? Because this is our first episode, because the very first one we're not, even attempting to show But huh?
Show what?
Like we're not even attempting to post the first one, the very first one.
Oh, like the one where it's you, me, and Adrian.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one's gonna be.
Yeah. So basically, our friend Adrian wouldn't stop talking about how much he hates the Jews, and we couldn't get him to stop talking about it. So we had to cut him off and say, "Look, man, we can't post this."
I can't wait for him to watch this. No, I just think it's too much talk about stocks.
Yeah, so we literally talked about stocks for like 80% of the.
Yeah. So I think
it was like
a good starting point.
Yeah. So wait, so we never introduced ourselves.
I guess not.
Yeah.
I really don't know what to say for an introduction.
After we've already talked like the entire time.
Hour, yeah.
Yeah.
We could introduce ourselves and I'll edit it back to the front. That's possible too.
Okay, so you want me to? Do you want to do the introduction, like the, hey guys, welcome to, blah blah blah.
Sure, I guess. I'm trying to think of what to say. What is the name? Are we gonna hash that out right now? VeggieTales.
So no,
hold on.
VeggieTales or Nug Life. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. We haven't decided on the name yet.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. You said what?
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast of which we haven't decided on a name. I don't know, something like that.
No, but like, what's the name gonna be? You don't like VeggieTales?
No, I'm fine with VeggieTales. That's fine.
Let's go with VeggieTales for now. I don't even know what to say for an introduction.
Just what I said.
What's up, guys? Welcome to VeggieTales. I'm Daniel. This is Andrew, and we are the head talkers of the podcast. I guess I don't know. We're the hosts of the podcast. How about that?
There we go. Host. That's a good name.
That's a good toe.
Someone should coin that.
Yep. We are the hosts of this podcast.
Yes, Daniel is a college student. He lives off of ramen. He's on Tinder frequently. He likes looking at girls on his phone.
It's true.
What else do you like doing?
I like gaming.
He likes gaming.
I like my dog.
He does like anime.
He's pretty neat. He's a cool
His dog's name is Brownie.
Yep, it's not a racial slur. It's after the food.
That's also my nickname for him.
Yep, that is a racial slur.
My little brownie.
Because I am brown. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, and my name's Andrew. I I think that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, I think that sums it up.
Okay, let me try again. Hey guys. Oh, no, I guess I don't have to say hey guys because you already said hey guys. Yeah. Okay. My name's Andrew. I'm like, head gamer of the podcast. I'm an elite pro player. Wow, yeah, I'm really not interesting.
It's hard, right? To just like explain yourself.
Yeah.
So what stuff are you into? Let's do an icebreaker. Favorite 3 animes. Go ahead.
No, I'm not saying that.
You don't want to say your favorite 3?
Hey guys, no, hold on, let me. My name's Andrew. Daniel wanted me to list my 3 favorite animes, but I'm not going to do that. just like cut together my 6 intros of like me restarting over and over, and then just start the podcast.
All right, bet. I got it. All right, so we're gonna end it there. We're gonna end it there. Thanks for listening. If you actually made it this fucking far, thanks for listening. And we're gonna try to do this once a week. I don't think we have a set day that we do this because our schedules both vary a lot. But you can expect one once a week. They'll all be somewhere around an hour long, just to not keep it ridiculously long. And feel free to subscribe, like, etc., etc.